trying to be a professor or trying to engage more effectively in the kind of work. So I don't know that this is a common question, because I guess I'm really going through this in my head. How do you really break through wanting to do serious community work and serious work locally, domestically, globally on issues that are important to you with the kind of standards that are set in academia that are sometimes against that. So for instance, if one is in public administration or in political science and in those sorts of fields, there's a kind of specific, these are the parameters that one can fit in. And sometimes I feel that those parameters actually hinder what they're trying to achieve at the end. How easy is it to navigate that, I suppose?
So, I mean, again, I think it is finding some like-minded people to push at the boundaries of the discipline. I think, sometimes I do think if what you want to do is sort of balls out advocacy or social intervention, maybe you should do that and not worry about trying to change political science. I mean, it's like they're two different projects in a way, but if you can find, what you want to do is have an influence on the field, the academic field, and make a difference, then obviously you have to keep finding the ways to intervene in that. And as I said, I think key to just remembering in my younger days, there was a group of us, we did a project at one of our national conferences, and afterwards one of my senior colleagues sat me down and said, what you're trying to do is just to implode the field. And I said, even if we had plastique, really, we couldn't do that. I mean, it's not, you're giving us way too much credit. But we did this kind of performance art piece and people got very upset. And this is one of those people who wanted to say, this is how you have a good career in philosophy of it. And I was like, that's how you are having a good career. It's not ever going to be me. I can't do that. So, again, you define the ways, the things that matter most to you, and maybe you have to let some of it go and just do those things that are the norms, and also do the things that cut across and change the discipline, and also have the effects that you want to have in the world. It's complicated.
I mean, it brings up so many thoughts. I guess one I'll speak briefly on is there's a research project that some folks are doing with us, especially a woman named Susan Sturm at Columbia Law School. Law keeps coming up today. Who runs the Center for Social and Institutional Change. And it's looking at the fact that often the group of people who work on engagement, students and faculty going out at a university, and the group of people working on diversity, just to shorthand that as, when students and faculty are coming in, tend to be very siloed and they don't have a lot to do with each other. And so among the things they're looking at in their methodology is who's got the power among the people trying to bring these two together. What are the pressure points? What are the points where someone can accomplish something? Many people might want to bring that together, but who's in a position to do so? So I think you have to be realistic, about who and when someone's in a position to do so. And then I think you can ally yourself with that. It's one of the strategies of the Scholarship and Public Report. If you look at the scholars who were the tenure team, it was a team in the tenure team initiative, a lot of them were very prominent in their field. And they were, there were other people who I would say are doing equally good work, but they're not as prominent in their field. At this report, at this moment, that's who was most needed to make the case. Do we maybe have are we running out of time, or it's changing? Oh yeah, we are running out of time.
So if you have a class or you want to teach, you may go. I want to. If you got to teach, go do it because we'll get fired. But I have a short story I want to share. I'm a philosopher of ed, and in my 45-hour review of philosopher of ed, who in the field is like you? How can you say you have a mentor or you fit? And I said, Alston? And they were like, okay, good answer. Went to the next question, so thank you for that. Also, I want to thank Glenn Wright from the Graduate School, who is consistently supportive of our efforts and will be co-hosting in March an IRB and Engaged Scholarship session with us. We're the chair of the IRB. We'll be here